Hello, YouTube friends. Don't leave. Stick around. We're going to draft. Thanks for coming here. We're had a low vote turnout, but Premier did win. So we're going to jump in here, and we even got a token entry because we got the what do you call it? The Mastery Pass. And that comes with a free, well, it wasn't free. We paid 3,400 in gems for the whole package, but it'll come out slightly positive by the end of the thing. And one of the ways it's slightly positive, it adds to that, is that you get effectively 1,500 worth of gems in a token entry. So we're going to use this here token and enter. If you need some tokens for your cube, I'm one of those guys who likes to make sure that if you're running a cube with creature tokens, that you've got the tokens available for people to use. Or as I've shown, we also have, I also like letting people make their own tokens. But you can even buy tokens at my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. Some of them are weirdly expensive. In fact, I bought some in a collection and have sold them in my store. There's some tokens that can go for 15, 20 bucks out there. But no matter which tokens you need, Card Kingdom is likely to have them. So check them out for all your token and other cardboard rectangle needs. Light Up the Night. Hard to pass a big X spell. Any target, +1 if it's a creature, so it does a little better as spot removal. It's red. We know that's not the best, but also what else are we taking here? Maybe we take this. What if we wield Sacred Fire? That would be interesting. Yeah, it's also quite splashable, right? That's kind of made for a splash. The flashback is almost irrelevant. I mean, you need a Planeswalker for it to even not be just blank text. But the simple Fireball, Blaze, +1 to creatures is good enough. We'll start there. I'm just going to let timer run out here and we'll take it. Interesting. Thermo Alchemist could be a follow-up if we wanted to head towards a red-black spells deck. And this is, red-blue spells especially. But Siege Zombie is the best card here. So we can just take the best card in Siege Zombie. And then if we could also end up red-black aggro, that's fine too. Alchemist is really interesting, and I'm kind of... I'm kind of tempted to take it, partly because of where I'm at in the format. Like, I know red's not the best, but I'm itching to do other things besides get pulled into black-blue. So let's take, and also red X, red spells can be red X, right? So I'm going to take it, and we'll see if we can do something fun with red here and spells today. That'd be neat. Something fun with it. Is there a red-white spells deck? There's another one of these that might wheel. Hey, Robert, welcome. Let's take it. Sure. Yeah, we're looking for crashers now. Elementalist is going to be key for this approach. All right, I don't know how this is going to do, but I like where this is headed. Although with a Vampire Socialite, we should take that. We only have one white card, and we could easily get into red-black. Or if we are in red-black, is Awakener just better? I think for signaling reasons, we'll take the Socialite in case we backdoor into black-red. We really don't want this Socialite floating around the table. And on that black-red aggro front, we have an option for a Perforator, or on the spells front, Electric Revelation. I'm going to take the Perforator. You need 2s. We got the Socialite signal. That's pretty signally. Oh, Drake too. We can take the Drake. That's true. I didn't even call this out because I kind of moved on from the blue idea, but Startle's here too, so there's some blue open. You could make a case for the Skrillex. Sure, you know what? This is pretty replaceable ultimately. I mean, I like it in the Vamps deck, and we got the Socialite. But yeah, it's a good hedge. I agree. We don't know. Now we got a little hedge in 3 different directions, but we're this core red. And now we get another Sacred Fire, and we passed one early. We might get a 3rd Sacred Fire on the wheel. Ooh. And then there's Ambusher. Well, I'm going to take the Sacred Fire. Gotten a lot of uncommon red X signals here. But I'm going to take this. Yeah, Ambusher probably goes in any deck. But I'm going to chase these color options and see where we land. Final fresh pack of the first go round here. And we've got Harrier, 1s and 2s, and then a Crasher. Certainly at least red looks open. And now, I can't remember, was Sacred Fire in the first or second pick? First pick was the Light Up the Night. And we said we might wheel it, so we're going to find out. Yeah, so next pick would be the 3rd Sacred Fire if the table's given it to us. Boom! Now I just want it. Now I don't care. I'm forcing it. Like, we're doing this. We're doing this. I don't even know if 3 of these is good. It's only 2 damage. It's a bunch of shocks that way. But I don't know. I'm enamored now. None of these play. I guess. Nah, I'll take this for. All right. This is a deck for this, right? And this plays. Not super exciting, but we don't hate running this. Hate running this, though. Best of 1. I'll still cut the red card. Hey, Perforator came back. We almost took that over the hedge to the Socialite. Another Thermo Alchemist is right on plan. No good white here. Hopefully we wheel a Neonate's Rush. That would go in this deck just fine. Yeah, 12 damage and 12 life is all well and good, but if you're getting run over, it's not going to help. Not going to help enough. Okay, so now we have lots. Now we're getting a little rewarded on the white, at least. I think we might just want a farmhand, but like we're so red, I practically just want a Harrier, but or an Outrider, like pick up later white. Just because we're so red. Although, you know, we do want to fire these Sacred Fires off in the early turns. I am going to actually take the farmhand. I get Witch is a close second, but they're both 2-drops, and this one is straight card advantage and mana fixing. I'm going to take that. I don't know. It feels like it just happens. I'm not worried about it. We'll get there. You'll see. Like, I even want to take the Trainer because of that. But Lunar Frenzy is interesting. Elementalist and Crasher are both interesting. Brigand is pretty good. But yeah, we could just keep picking up these Crashers. A couple of Crashes around is going to actually make flipping farmhand pretty easy. Crasher definitely might wheel. We could take the Elementalist, but also, yeah, I'm in on making sure we have these, though, if it's the plan, you know? And then, wow, look at this. This pack is incredible for us. I want the pack. If I could take this pack and be done with the pack 2, I would. I'd play, like, all of these. Yeah, Trainer was super interesting there, too. Ambusher. But Flame Channeler is the thing, right? Just staring at all that good stuff. It's good to see. Stinger or Combat Trick. 9-5 split currently, but we're kind of trying to be a spells matter deck such that I think, yeah, in this deck the tricks are extra good, like with a Festival Crasher. You know, a 1/3 suddenly becomes a 6/4 Trampler. That's real. More Sacred Fires. Should we just take all the Sacred Fires? Yes, we're going to figure out how good this card is. I'm taking them all. They got it. Maybe it's a mistake at some point, though, to keep taking them. Well, Stinger here. I like Stinger with these Sacred Fires. I mean, there's a threat of activation already, but it's kind of like attacking with a Voldaren Stinger with 2 mana up, a red and a white, is nice, because then they don't think we can pump, but we can actually still do it. Or we can, you know, get there on the damage. Ooh, nice final card for pick 8 of pack 2. And now we're hoping to see a rush wheel. The rush did wheel. If we're feeling we need more creatures, we could take this, but this is kind of our plan. Again, I'm just going to keep, we're going to try this. You know, we got two Crashers, Channeler, and 2 Alchemists. We're just really going to stick to this plan, see what we can do with it. You take the rush. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. It's like, yeah, that is what I was taking. Making sure. I was like, oh. And you can get too much, though. You do need some creatures. It's possible we should just take a generic 2 here. I bet we can get another one of these in the 3rd pack anyway if we really want one. So I'm going to take the thing we're a little low on. If we can upgrade this by the end, excellent. Hey, look at this. Everything we passed came back, so we kind of get our choice. I'm going to go with the Lunar Frenzy. Look at this. We can be mono red with some Sacred Fires. Elementalist is bad has been called. Is it when you've got this much? I'm gonna put it to the test. Well, Fenrir and Media, smart cookies, think Elementalist is like never worth it. We'll take a look. We'll see where we're at. This is a ridiculously bad open. You may lean over and retch a little bit if you're feeling it, because I am. Destroy. Make 1/1s. What's the make 1/1s spell? Oh, this one. Oh, this. I don't think this is very good enough. I kind of stopped seeing this card. Maybe in best of 3 in certain spots I could see it, but not there. Search Party Captain if we want to do a little more on the white side. Immolation feels bad to me because of 4 Sacred Fire that actually trigger our Thermo Alchemists. And we have a lot of these now. Yeah, this draws a card and is a creature and can be cast late, and it's not a terrible top deck even. We'll just take it. Good black rare there, if we'd ended up in the black direction. Festival Crasher over Candle Grove Witch or Silversmith. Silversmith might be the pick trying to wheel Crasher. Most people are not going to want this, and red has been wide open. I think we can wheel the Crasher. Crasher, wheel the burn. I really think we wheel the Crasher, and it's about what we want otherwise. If we're not, I mean, there is some risk here. Smash says don't risk it. Man, the packs have had like 5 red card, you know. All right, I'll take the Crasher, but man, I want the timeline where I don't do this and we see how often it wheels, because I think this wheels a lot. I think mostly that wheels. It's just a strong feeling I have that was going to wheel. Here we'll take a playable 4 over a playable 5, and this again. This veteran. This is interesting though. Can go both ways. Although we're not really playing that many creatures. If we were if more creatures were entering the battlefield under our control, I would consider this, but I don't think this is the deck for it. So I'm going to take the Brigand. You want the Cathar. This is not a Griff. There's no Griffs here. Flare of Faith. Again, at combat tricks, we got the one. These aren't... Festival Crashers aren't even human. Village Watch could just be some more... Are we happy to run this? We got one already. That's the thing. I wasn't sure we were running two. All right, Mehdi, I'm going to give you the nod, and we'll take this. Well, here's another opportunity for you to make your case. We'll see. Oh man, look at that! What a great pickup! This deck. Now I'm in. Now I'm with you. Triggering our 3 alchemists twice with each of these is pretty darn good. Nothing here for us. We're not running Pax Betrayal. Take some Vault Progress. Well, great. There we go. Fenner and Media have largely been on the same page, and now we've got controversy. Dun, 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 dun. Controversy. Silversmith comes back? I think we can run that. That's great. We found a lane, I'll tell you that. All right, we're gonna reverse build this, which is to say, start with everything in the board. Only problem right now is that my coffee's gone. Other than that, life is good. Oh, what did that? We're doing it this way. There's just too much good stuff here, and I got to start with our plan and fill out our plan, and then fill in the holes left by all of our plan cards going in first. I'm not going to go mono red with 4 copies of Sacred Fire. We're doing the thing. Really? You want to look at mono red? All right, if you want to look at it first just to see what it would be like, okay, but I can't see passing up on the 4 burn spells on at least a splash level. But we're definitely playing our Crashers and our Flame Channeler and our Alchemists, right? That's an all no-brainer. Well, I guess if we're looking at mono red first, I'm just kind of putting in everything even remotely sensible. I mean, we certainly have the card quantity for it. I don't know if it'd be a good deck. Like this is just whatever, although it has some reach, right? Like I actually like the Vandal in this deck. We're casting a lot of spells. We can kind of control day and night, and the pinging is more reach. Yeah, easy to say we definitely want stuff when this would be a 16 lander for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of on yeah, Stinger works around here, doesn't it? That's fine. Well, let's start with the mono red look. We'll take a look as indicated. And I think like this would basically be it. So like this is your mono red version. Raise. You like one raise over an elementalist? I don't understand the hate for this card. I know it's only a 2/1, but do you know that it draws you removal? Like it's a 2/1 for 4 that draws you a removal spell? I don't really look at the 17 lands data. Maybe this is just trash even relative to red. You say it's, quote, just too slow, but that sounds as though the format is like so blisteringly fast that if I don't have, but I don't feel it's like that. I feel like Elementalist, anyway. Yeah, but this is, blisteringly fast, but this provides reach and, well, it's a reason to get me into the white build. I mean, I don't know, like, you want to do, like, if I do that, at least, like, I just want a creature. Although we are doing the spell thing, I guess, which is why I like this, because it gets a spell back and re-triggers everything. My issue with Raise is that I can't cast it on my 3 alchemists defensively. I think that's a real problem. Well, so that's why. Okay, if you're wanting to cut creatures, then like fine, let's do it then. Forget the red. Let's do. I don't think mono red is right anyway. We have too much good white to not play it. Especially good white for specifically this style of deck. So, yeah, great. So if we want to cut critters, fine, but let's do it red-white style then. And I'm starting with the critters that we're definitely running because they do the thing, right? So 3 Festival Crashers, Flame Channeler, these are no-brainer, right? You gotta run these 7 at least. Then we're running our Burn, our Sacred Fires, Light Up the Night, Lunar Frenzy's gotta go in. We like the Vitality, especially with these Crashers. At least one of these. The debate is open. I don't have consensus among my loudest, smartest players on how many of these to run, so you can start talking about that. Then Rushes should go in. Yeah, see, Media and Fenor. Media would play all 3. Fenor says 1 seems good. There you go. I'm going to split the difference. We'll play 2 of these. See how they do. I'm kind of on the 1 camp, but Media has an excellent win-loss record and a very different perspective on formats than I do, and I think that's a good thing. And I like trying to give a nod and trying it out and seeing things from a different perspective. Now, here, let's add some land to this. And at least see where we're at. I like a 10-6 for this deck. Well, we can make a case for it. We're at a spot where we do need to fill out the deck with 4 more cards. And we're currently only on the 7 creatures I put in to start. I do like... Yeah, Stinger as an early play with all of this instant speed removal seems fine, right? So we can run that. Brigand called for as just a, yep, as just a, here's a stat beast, rate monster. Yeah, I mean, 17 land stats in general are just very hard to interpret to be super useful. So that's why I don't look at them too much. It's interesting, but it generally just tells me what the best deck in the format is, but without a lot of the detail. I don't think we want Farmhand as, but I think Captain and Silversmith could rate inclusion as top ends for this. And then the Brigand potentially as well. Like, this seems reasonable. 11, 13, 11 creatures, 13 spells, a lot of card draw, several flashback spells. Lightning Rani, yeah. I was making a case for running them in the mono red deck, and we kind of had to there if we were not going to run any white. But that's exactly the conversation. Is a 2-for-1 with the Elementalist getting back some removal spell worth it? Hat's point, and to an extent, everybody else who's been down on it, is effectively that it's too slow. That for 4 mana, you're getting a 2-1 and one of your removal spells back, but isn't it better just to draw another one of your removal spells, basically? And I hear that, and I think this looks good. I kind of want even just the Vandal in, because again, I think part of how this deck wins is its reach. We have how much damage to the face. This is what Dee was talking about before. We've got each of these does 4. There's like 16 damage here, and you know, oh, this is but it's 15 damage, 16, and then slash. Like we have almost 20 damage of face burn in the deck. Oh, plus X, it's infinite damage, right? Because, well, we can, I guess, imagine an X of 16 on this Light Up the Night. Rush does some face, but it needs a creature, right? But yeah. Anyway, lots of face damage, and that's a worthy name. We're going to call this Face It. In Your Face is pretty good too. Yeah, Elementalist getting back a Light Up the Night to finish is maybe a reason to have 1 so that you can use this as removal early and then get it back to close late. But we'll try it. No Elementalist. If you're an Elementalist includer, ask yourself what you would include it for. And if it's a one-off, you can at least envision drawing that instead of whatever we draw. Like maybe you want an Elementalist. Let's say Brigand. Like this is just this arbitrary rate beast, right? Like we're just playing this because it's solid. Oh, sure, we can put a good point. Where is it? Face It. Well played, Buckeye. And oops, no, this out, back here. I don't see any land redemptions. We're going to go quick classics with our buddy John. All right. Interesting looking deck. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what you think of it. Get into battlefield mode and pull you on R. If we were to play this event out 1,000,000 times, what would our average win count be? I hope 6 planes doesn't come back to bite me. I could see us being stuck for planes and holding some white cards. We've got 6 white cards and 6 planes, so we'll see. Uh-oh, I hear a desperate gameplay need. Oh, wait, why did I hear, like, a puppet? I thought I heard, yeah, I heard Jace's puppet. Why are you... I don't want to hear that. All right, this looks good. Yeah, you go to sleep, Jace's puppet. I love it. I'm worried about getting stuck on no planes, and of course, double planes in our almost mono red deck. Still looks good, though. Nice draw, given that we currently didn't really have anything except try to pick off their turn 3 play with the fire. All right. We can manage that. And in fact, another Alchemist is great. We'll just play that out, get in with the Stinger. Oh, sorry, I missed it. You got it.
Not only am I your ship's captain, I am also your party captain! Woo! We're gonna get it going here in just a few minutes.
I'm your party captain, too! And
I'll put it to a vote, Mama. Do you want me to turn on emotes so that our opponent can talk at us and we hear the annoying puppet for the whole game? Or do you want it to keep the puppet off? Off or on? On, off is your vote. You can vote no as many times as you want, but off is what you're looking for. Well, kind of need this now. Unless we want to... Yeah, I kind of need to do this now. We'll discard one of these rushes. Or maybe the Vitality? I like it, Vargan. No need to have a sensible election. It's an instant, but I don't want this to flip. So... let's cast this. Yeah, Vitality with the Stinger is good. We'll get rid of a rush. Or we could get rid of the fire knowing that we can flash it back. But I like having 2 damage around. We have 2 of these. So yeah, we're going to get rid of a rush. Looking for another land. Didn't get there, but we are doing all right, given being a little mana screwed. There we go. Nice target for Neonate's Rush to kind of undo the advantage they got. Well, we're gonna hope to draw ourselves a mountain. That would be sweet. Come on, one-time dealer. It does do the Alchemist pause thing, so like it should... I don't need to activate the Alchemist first. It gives me this opportunity here. So if you're ever worried about that, like needing to manually tap or set stops or something, it's good about it. You don't need to. Found our mountain just as I requested. That's great. We get to play a Crasher and have a great turn set up next turn. got to make... I suppose I could wait in case they're doing it. We know the only thing... Well, I guess there's one drop creatures they could play or something. But anyway, it felt like that part was done. Well, we're now at 1 million to the face. I do think we just start unloading fires at this point. Although it doesn't make sense. We should still just go Festival Crasher and then we can fire at end of turn if we need to. No, I'm not going to pump Vamp. I'm going to just play Crasher. And then we can fire either a creature or their face. There we go. Interesting. Mama's got her grudge list. People not in my will. Well, we're gonna use some removal on this to avoid them getting some life back, especially. Math says not worth a spell. I think them going back up to 15 is, honestly. Obviously, I did it. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we just have this. Unless they have a instant removal spell, this should just be it. And we can even do it at instant speed on the way here. Oh, sorry. Whew! I forgot first strike. I was like, what? That saved me. I actually misclicked there, and first strike just saved me because I accidentally clicked through. All right. Lucky us. I mean, I think we had this anyway, but that was just a misclick saved by first strike. This deck is sweet. Come on, 4 Sacred Fires. I don't care what happens now. I'm in a good mood, and I can go 1 and 3 with this deck, and I'll be happy because of what just happened right there. That was cool. Did the thing. Those, you know, if you get cranky after a Magic event when you drafted a sweet deck and it never got to do the thing, that is some seriously justified salt. Like, that's the worst. When you draft something pretty cool and then it just never happens. So now I feel like, great, it happened. No matter what happens from here, the thing happened. Hey, Kyberos. Oh, the deck did its thing. We got several Alchemists out and some Crashers out, and they had some removal for some of it, but enough Crasher and Alchemist stuck around that the bottomless sea of burn to the face we had just made short work of them from 14 to -1 in one turn. Another good looking start here. Probably go Channeler on 2, because we might flip it on 3 even with the Sacred Fire. And then we'll, if there's nothing to burn, we go Channeler into Alchemist, or Channeler into Captain now. It was fine. It didn't really have a chance to show. The Revelation was fine, but the game, the rest of our deck was too strong in the context of that game to even understand what Revelation would have done for us in a long game. Because, like, we didn't even have to cast the flashback on it, for example. So it actually put us down a card. No, it put us even on cards, but we never got to, not down a card. It put us even, we got a card quality cycle, but we never got to use the fallback plan. So here, I think it's worth it to, well, since it flips to a 3/3, I should play a land out and then attack. If they happen to block with the Abomination, we take out the zombie and then win combat. They're not going to fall for that, so I'm going to Sacred Fire the Abomination now and flip the Channeler. There is an argument for just Party Captain, though. And then we get to 2-spell next turn. I'm going to use all my mana. I like the idea of flipping this, because then we're dealing 3 now. But I think it's more important to use all our mana, so I'm going to do that. Especially drawing a card. And, of course, there's the meme value. Just all sorts of reasons.
Not only am I your ship's captain, I am also your party captain. Woo! We're going to get it going here in just a few minutes.
I'm your party captain, too, and...
Yeah, it doesn't do quite enough, right? We're going to be fine in any race because of our lifelinky burn. And this keeps us on the front foot. That thing we can burn out of the way and play an Alchemist, and then that's a reasonable play. We go back to 20 and get in for 5. The Hoarder is such a great card, but we are applying nice pressure on their life total here. We're a little, like, we're where we want to be on lands. No more lands would be nice. Of course, we draw one immediately, as I mentioned that. But anyway, what we want now is just action, 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 and possibly action. Frenzy on 5, Sacred Fire on 6 if we keep flooding out, but hopefully we find something else to do next turn besides finding a reason to frenzy. Especially clearing the attack, right? Sacred Fire on the... I didn't want to trade this off. Oh, and also, I was like, have I missed any memes? Because I've been missing all sorts of memes. Here you go. This one's great. Anyway. Gotta find it. There it is. What a great find. All right, well, there's certainly a reason to frenzy. It might be telegraphed, but they're tapped out, so we can make them call or don't call. Boo earns. I'm going to give it a little flood meme, even though it's not the worst for us in terms of still having action. Oh, here comes the flood. And 4 damage from either of our creatures is enough to win combat against a 6 toughness. So we're just sending in telegraphed frenzy. It's about as telegraphed as it gets that we have something. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Give it to us is what they're gonna do. Blow out. It's not blow out, just win. Good trade. Good 1-for-1. You might post-it note reminder. I haven't forgotten yet, but here we go. Ping, Ryan. Ping, Ryan. Don't forget to ping. Right, I think that was Prof. Prof, is that yours? The zombie falcon? Did you remember? I think both Prof and Duncan are here, and it's one of theirs. And I'm just trying to remember. I'm curious if you were like, oh, I remember that scene from that show, or were you like, or did you stumble on it? Did you watch it while you were and like, oh my god, that would work for? I'm just curious. All right, now we can do this. Oh, sorry, this was pre-combat. I was distracted gushing about the meme, but I actually don't care about that attack. They can go for that. That's fine. Oh, that was 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know these things. So we've got 2 to the face, which is effectively 4 to the face. And Oppo just needed to see a 6th land for the Sacred Fire before they were donezo. All right. I didn't even have the win worked out, but I guess Oppo did. When to go to face is an interesting question. I probably should have. I don't know if it would have been correct to do so, but considering it would have been correct. Okay, so you were just watching it recently. Well, nice find. I see that. I thought that was some. I presume that these. Come on! 10-6. 10-6. Do we keep this? We got 2 shots at a 10 source red mountain. Yeah, 10-3 split. The problem is if we don't find red, we are going to lose the game. Like, we need to find red. I guess by 3 might be enough, but even then feels a little late. I think the deck is good enough that we should mull. Which is to say, just make sure I cast my spells and I should be in decent shape here. And this looks nice. Question is what to toss. Tough one. Rush draws me a card, which I love to see, but it's the least impactful. Slash kind of costs 3, but might not, depending. I think we need the Alchemist and the Crasher. We need our, maybe it's just Captain. We say, sorry, Captain. We're gonna draw a card with Neonate's Rush before we draw a card with you, so we're gonna take that. Yeah, I'm with Hat. Okay, let's do that. Start on Crasher? Well, let's see what they play. Yeah, with no blockers yet, we'll play Crasher, because then we could slash or rush our way, or even Revelation our way to a combat trick. Turning Revelation into a combat trick is pretty cool with the Crasher. That's, honestly didn't look closely at whether this was instant or sorcery, and it obviously matters. And now we get a nice attack. They're not going to block, but we're going to send this out there. And then probably drop... Since Rush doesn't kill anything, I like Alchemist here, even though it doesn't max our mana. We could Revelation to max our mana, but I want a Revelation after we have the Alchemist going. So slight suboptimal mana use, but I think appropriate. Facing all the Oregon Hoarders. Beat one of them. Let's see if we can beat this one. But we mulliganed, and now we've faced a Hoarder, so this is not awesome, I gotta say. Because with all the instants, I felt if they played something and blocked, I mean, that it would be worth having combat tricks ready. It didn't seem to change the damage to me much. But yeah, no 2-drop was the main thing. Now, all of these are instant, and there's not day-night yet, so it's not going to become night, unfortunately. but we're going to wait here. See you, Robert. Yeah. That's what I'm now thinking about that smash. I mean, we do at least get the Alchemist triggers now. So maybe I'm overthinking this and we should just get aggro, because how else do we win this, right? All right, I'm in. I'm going to do it. It might be too aggressive, but I'm with you. I see where we're at. And especially since we do get the Alchemist trigger on it, I'm with you. I think maybe I was hoping to get this tonight so it would be cheaper or whatever, but what else are we doing if not clearing the way for the Crashers? That's kind of the plan of the deck. Did I turn them on or something? What's going on here? Why is that making noise? You're disabled. You should be sleeping or something. Awaken are so good. Another one. I can't beat 2. How am I supposed to beat 2? Ugh. Well, we are in the 2-0 bracket. That's true, and they, but we didn't have rush. I mean, I figured they would just activate this. We're gonna take advantage of their greed, really. Yeah, well, they didn't have another black man up. Okay, so that's my bad for not reading that board. Then Oppo is smart, and I'm not. But good news for us, we can kill it. Another Crasher. Am I supposed to hold this to pitch to Revelation or play it and then have 2 spell? I guess play it to have 2 spell, right? Rush into Lightning Helix. Let's certainly start with the rush. And we have red in hand, so we'll tap out of red. Oh yeah, and we should swing Crasher first. I guess this is hyper telegraphs. But do we need to do this before we... I guess we attack and see if they want to block. Do we trade Crasher for Organ Hoarder, though? I guess so, because we're going to get a backup Crasher. But then this is rough. Let's do this. Oh wait, I wanted to do it this way. Well, this zombie can block. That was part of the decision. Do we want to do that? And nice to see. Well, actually, with the within another planes, we can easily play this mountain and know we have at least the planes to ditch to the Rev, and we can still crash. Woof. Well, trying to ping him to death before this can do anything badly too badly to us. Clearly had as well, yes. It's all right. I was just looking at it for revelation purposes. Rush. All right. Well, now I kind of like playing. Well, I guess I'm going to send in the Alchemist, or send in the Crasher. They can't really block, or they can, and go for it. All right, this is fine. I didn't play the planes because I may draw planes and then we can still double spell. I might as well see this out first. Yeah, it could be Startle. Let's see. Nope. I don't know. If we revved pre-combat, they wouldn't have blocked, right? I'm gonna go Crasher, save planes for the rev. Tons of mana. Maybe the reason they were okay with that block is they have the reanimation spell for it. Oh no, sorry, I thought that was wrong. I saw flashback red, green, black, and thought oh, that is hilarious. I totally misread Ghoul Caller's Harvest as being Diagraph Rebirth, and then Oppo had it anyway, so that's hilarious. This one is, though, funny. All right, this is an interesting spot. How many sorceries do we have? Light Up the Night versus Instance. Just because we could, yeah, we only have one sorcery in Light Up the Night. Everything else that we do is at instant speed. We could try mid-combat Crasher. It's just, if we don't find another instant off of the Revelation, we do get our Crasher eaten. If we do it now, we kind of scream that we're likely to have another option. But this is a fun stream today. I'm already happy. We're gonna have a little gamble in us. A little gamble. A little gamble. Hey, gamble pays, gamble pays. We're gonna play this. It's not gonna keep the Crasher alive, but it might just kill him. Well, the advantage is I feel like that thing has to die. It depends on whether we thought they would block. I suppose I might have fancy play syndrome because they were in a situation where they couldn't not block the Crasher due to facing potential lethal. So I think Meta is probably right that this is fancy play syndrome because Oppo didn't have choices. The reason to do it the way I did it would be if Oppo actually had the choice to not block. And again, Math, don't worry about it. We have, well, if you're reminding me to watch the stack or whatever, but... I didn't need to tap Alchemist yet. I thought they was lethal, honestly. Playing a little loose here, but they got to kill this or we untap and win. This has haste, right? Oh no, this is the other one. We passed one. We passed the one that has haste. Feels like a bunch of wheels spinning ahead of our victoire.
I like to do a little superior dance. Join me, boys.
Baby, how you feeling?
got past a pretty decent rare to go 3-0. Made it to our 1,000 gem return. So great to hit 3 and know you're getting a big chunk of your gems back. And now one more win and we're at near profit, basically profit given the gold that Wizard pays you to play during a given day. Mike's usually around, I think that's fair to say, but not everybody makes it every day here. Not even Hat. Not even Mama. Sometimes even my mods take a little break from the stream. All understandable. Let's see. We're obviously keeping this, just trying to figure out our sequencing. I think I like Flame Channeler first. Both Flame Channeler and Crasher produce a possible 3 damage, but we get this one just on and a rush to draw a card to do it. Interesting. So this, I haven't really, I mean, we're in the 3-0 bracket against a decently ranked player, and I don't like secrets in most decks, but I haven't even played it yet, or not much against it, but I've heard and believe that it's totally reasonable in, or did we run it in our green-blue? Maybe we didn't have need for it, but like this makes me think Oppo might be green, that we might see green coming up here. Because people have said that's the home that Secrets of the Key has. Nope. But what a lovely little rush. Next turn, double Crasher into Rush or just Brigand, depending. Yeah, I'm going to go double Crasher. Promises, promises, mama. I call. Well, actually, I don't call, because that would mean buying Jace, which I think is past now, right? We've forever lost our ability to do that. Oppo getting pretty aggro to get rid of our stuff, and with them not having any targets, this is a great draw because we still get to double spell, we get to Brigand and Stinger, and set up for a very fine next turn. Okay, this is interesting. Occultist is not a good block on really anything here. I guess they could block the Stinger, but we could even activate and still have the Neonates rush on their turn. So I'm going to send everything and try to get it to nighttime here. And by the way, here, I owe you more of these. I got to try and remember. But this is great. Yeah, I want to flip to night, and we can do that in a couple of... We can do that if we're willing to pump the Stinger, which I am. Could pump this as well, but I want to hold the rush. Because now we flip. Really, I like holding the rush. If they play a 1 toughness creature, we're going to be so happy. They didn't, but I liked it. More Defenestrate and Bummer, 2 spells. Well, this is where Rush plus Stinger Pump might get them. Oh, now that they won't block now. But they might block the Crasher. Anyway, we might just win here. This is so much damage. You're right, it's pretty low odds, Medi. I agree. Because they blocked our Crasher and we're not like trampling or anything, I like just pumping here. And we have our combat win, and we can save the triggers for next turn. Holding the mountain for Revelation toss, and we can still we can toss this and still cast both spells. That's why I'm doing it this way. Hey, you're just in time, Sacred. Oh wait, Oppo, I didn't show you how I was going to beat you. Dang it.
I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-R-T.
Yeah, I'm not quite as down on Defenestrate as Media is. It gets... I wouldn't call it bad Media, but again, it's narrow. You want your removal to hit more things than that, especially because flyers are so important in the format. But there's a lot of important ground creatures in every deck. It's only bad if you're like never finding reasonable targets. If you're sitting there staring at it, there's some decks where you definitely like want 0 copies. So I suppose if your deck is good enough that you can bring it in out of the board, great. But I don't mind running one. I think it's matchup dependent. That's kind of what I've been saying about it. Like 1-for-1 removal is actually quite good against some decks, but it's generally better against the worst archetypes. So I hear you there. But it also, if in black you can get the card draw, then you don't mind the 1-for-1 removal because you're winning the attrition battle through card draw. So there are ways, there are some nuances there. What do we start with here? Look at this suite of incredible 2s. What do we like? Flame Channeler for the switch into 3/3 with fire. That's probably the most damage potential, so I'm going to do that. Certainly flipping this over and just having it be a steady 3/3 in the early game here could be very good. And now, yeah... So now the question is, Channeler, flip it with fire, or play more to the board. I kind of like a Crasher to the board here, so that we can send two attackers next turn to Party Captain if we don't find another land. Yeah, we could Lightning Face. That's true. I still think I like getting a Crasher out because it sets us up to Search Party if we need to. Yeah, I don't even want to give them... I don't even want to put myself in the spot. I'm just going to pretend like we don't have anything, and then they might be less inclined to think that we have a way to flip it. It's not realistic when my first 2 spells are based around getting such things flipped, but observing that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play the mountain and swing both. A lot of land here suggesting we could get countered, but countering isn't a blowout with a 1/3 on blocks, so let's send. Yeah, and that's okay because we can kill it. In fact, it's a welcome play. And then let's see how they want to block. Aha. So, Now we can actually go face and still get the intruder. And everything, and, oh no, then it would trade off. So we still got to get the intruder. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go face, but no, we got to go intruder so that this isn't a trade. Good news is we'll still we won't get the castaway either, but we'll get some damage in, and the intruder will be dead. This is fine. Another castaway. Those could certainly get annoying. They got a lot of sack fodder, but none of the great value for sacking. Although here, I like Captain on 2 and then another 2-drop. We don't have, although we don't have an instant to actually make the Crasher bigger, unfortunately. If they piled everything on the Crasher, that would be actively unfortunate. Does this have anything else going? Yeah, just transform. Wait, yeah, I like that. That's true. Since I don't have good attacks here, but we have a land, we can just Crasher Thermo, and we'll start getting there. Start getting our go wide ready. And when we find some spell action, we'll be in great shape. Double Alchemist, certainly also a possibility. If we find a land, we could potentially attack Captain and Alchemist, depending on what they do here. Yeah, double Thermo maybe is the way to go with the clogging. If we don't think we're going to be attacking soon, getting the Alchemist going makes a lot of sense. I just think in terms of getting attacking going, but and this really helps with that. Now, with them on 1 mana, it could be hope. Like if it's, we're gonna look for, see if they've got a pause here. But then I certainly like charging in now with our attackers. Totally fair. And what do we want dead out of this crew? Yeah, Fading Hope was what I was, the bounce spell, but I didn't sense a pause, but I actually honestly then forgot to look too closely. So they are going to get one of these Crashers, unless we want to give up the embodiment. Because if we did go Stolen Vitality, getting 6 points here, it still only gets 2 of these. So yeah, I'm going to protect the Channeler, and we're just deciding what to kill. I don't really want them to have a flyer to play next turn. So I'm going to put the Cultist up front and let that die. And then nothing else dies. Now, we could play the Captain because it's this huge bargain and everything, but it might be just correct to drop another Alchemist and get our reach going on, which is to say damage that you can do to your opponent without attacking, not the keyword, not the evergreen keyword mechanic. Oh, they did have Fading Hope. Well, all right. I told myself to pay attention for a pause and then didn't. But in the end, this is not the worst result anyway. You think if they tap out for a 3-4 at 16 that it's good for us? I mean, maybe. We do have Crashers that can get up there. I didn't think it was actively good for us, though. And yeah, we'll go Alchemist now. We're trying to really ping from a distance. Then we don't worry about the castaways. And like 22 to 12, if they don't deal with the alchemists, we're going to win. This is a good card, but not really against us. We're going to have lots of ways to kill it, although it still could be fine. If we don't, if we don't find that removal. I want to go to face anyway. I think we're really just racing the face. I didn't want them to make a 3/4 flyer because I wanted to still attack, but that was also at a time where I didn't know. Gosh, is that 3? Or it was just a new opponent? All right, we can 2 spell and alchemist, and then set up another potential. Hey, we drew a spell turn. Yeah, we could have sent, but it's just a bounce block. I mean, I guess we're bluffing a spell, but if they call our bluff, I mean, I think they're looking for the castaways to die, so they're going to excitedly block. That was my thinking. What would that get us? Yeah, I seriously don't understand what attacking would have got us there. Like, they're looking to block with castaways. Anyway. All right, little help off the top deck. And we'll be luckier than that fruit fly. Silversmith is an interesting non-creature draw. It gives us an attack in that, well, there's all this open mana, so I don't even trust this, but do we send in and search party, or do we Silversmith send in? That's the question. If we Silversmith, how do we Silversmith? Probably 1 on Channeler and 1 on Crasher, and then there's no double block on the Channeler that works. They get 1 of their castaways. Math like Silversmith, but I kind of like the Crasher attack is interesting because it gets us the cheap captain. If we Silversmith, we're just growing both and not doing anything else, but then maybe we do set up yet again for another big turn after. Yeah, all right, I like more setup. That's fine. I like it. Let's do that. Silversmith on the Crashers, or even on the Channel. I like 1 Channeler, 1 Crasher, because turning this into a 4/4 is pretty real on this board, especially if they make a 3/4 flyer. So I'm going to go 1 Crasher, 1 Channeler. That's the thought that makes most sense to me. All right. Do we put that on top? If we do, we could go search party captain. We could attack with 2 Crashers, search party captain, and Channeler. We could play it all. And it's action, but we also want land to get to the Sacred Fire. What do you think? Top or bottom? I'm on... You just think it's not doing enough now? Yeah, I guess we want spell action, right, to make all this stuff work. It's not what we want the deck to be doing right now. So we'll decline to put it on top and see what we find from here. Unbelievable that we're like, we have We're bottomless burn for a 1 toughness creature. Bottomless. Except today. Except this game. Can't find any. Here it comes, though. We're gonna find removal. Let's just find the vampire ping draw for the 2/1. You look at all these 2/1s. Where's our neo? Hey, I called for it and got it. Can't complain about that, can you? Well, you can. Should you? And what do we do about this? Is this too late? Are we dead? We could attack with 2. Yeah, we can actually just see what they do about that to start with. Let's see how they want to wrangle. But then we might have to rush the Wrangler just to not die on crackbacks, but the 2 flyers are real. I'm mad that we're losing to this deck. I said I would be all fine and happy, and I still am. It's been a fun deck to pilot, but this is a rough way to go with this deck delivering us these cards. So I am on well, swing all. We can send this and we have 1 blocker. If we send both of these and captain into a land, that might be our only way. But if we keep the... Yeah, this is going to get us... This can block this. Everything else... It's these, though. I mean, we're close enough that we need to, like, block castaways, too. All right, I don't know what I'm doing, but I got to do something. High-risk line. And I guess we want the castaway dead, so I'm going to go ahead and rush the... oh, not that. Oh, but I actually can't do it that way. That's fine, because I need to captain next to be able to rush. So in order to do the plan, I got to do it this way. Let this happen. Got lucky, found our land, and now we kill the Wrangler. If I'd done it the other... I guess I could have done it the other way and then maybe had the captain, but we needed it all anyway. I don't know. Maybe I screwed that sequencing up. But here we go. Do we live? I don't know. Oppo will let us know. Now we're a land away from Sacred Fire on... really, the 3/2. They can cast it back as a 2/2, so maybe there's an argument for just getting rid of the thing that can't come back. But the stowaway has gotten in enough that it's really hurting us. Now, Gale Drifter number 2. Yeah, this is a D, LR. This is such a D. Come on, this is not a D. This is a C- and a C plus in white-blue decks. All right, we got a 6th land. What can we do with this? Can we get there? 1, 2, 3 blockers. We can take out 1 with the Sacred Fire. That gets them to 5 off the Alchemist, which is a virtual 4. Then they block our 2 biggest and the other 2 get through. I think we got lucky and got a win here, gang. Win to face? I guess either one does it, right? Clear a blocker. Right? I don't want to screw this up, but I feel like either one does it. If we send in everything and Yeah, it should be fine to just send everything. Send everything, and then fire, no matter how we use it, is going to get it done. Yeah, it's all kind of the same here. I'm even doing this just to be sure. And there I was complaining about losing to this deck. Sorry, Magic Gods, I apologize for complaining about losing while winning. I think I did say gonna lose. Never didn't. Oh, that does remind me, I wanted to bring this up because it's come up a lot in this format for me. Do not scoop because you see that if your opponent attacks with everything, including their decay zombies, they win. Your opponent might have an on-board win with a swing out with their decay zombies. Don't scoop. Make them do it. I cannot tell you the number of free turns I've gotten in this format because my opponents don't notice that they should swing out for lethal. It's a really nerve-wracking format for that. People have a tough time committing to the all-in attack all move with them, and you can buy yourself many extra turns if you just give your opponent a chance to make that mistake in this format. That's what I've noticed. Anyway, I've been meaning to mention that because it just keeps coming up. I'm like,
Wolfman's got Nard.
when did I turn that one on? Anyway, make him see it. Make him see lethal. Right on. This is a good keep. Stinger into double rush or crasher, depending on what our opponent does, is nice. Probably crasher, but there are a lot of things we might cast depending on Oppo's plays. Yeah, definitely crasher. They're not blocking. Oh, definitely crasher, I say. How about definitely flame channeler? Hey, Blade Fury. Welcome, Blade Fury and friends. If we don't find a land, we have an easy rush on the Interloper. We did find a land. It still might be an easy rush on the Interloper, but we could take a turn to just crash it up here. I'm going to attack for starters. There is a pause from Oppo. Commando. Well, new plan, ladies and gentlemen. New plan. I'm going to go full control just in case here. Although, what do I want to beat him with? Yeah, let's just rush it. We're going to rush it. Because I could use Vitality too, but we're going to use Rush. Fly by night, away from here. What's your favorite Rush song? At the end of the day, I think mine is probably just Working Man, even though it's really not what Rush evolved to. I like their Led Zeppelin phase. Tom Sawyer is pretty straightforward choice too. Hard to argue with Tom Sawyer. Alchemist, Crasher ahead of Sicko turns next turns. Although if they do this again, yeah, we're just going to rush again. I think I get a chance. I'm going to give the UI a chance to... I'm going to believe that I get an opportunity to act here. And I do. Oh, into Captain?
I should have said.
I mean, you could still make a case for Crasher or Alchemist, but it's hard to to decline the opportunity to play a bear and draw a card. Yeah, Buckeye still liked it. I can't help it. I think this, especially with the Vitality and the Frenzy, getting wide is going to be fine here. Let's see. Stinger is great with Vitality. Yeah, Vitality says we can attack with everything here between Vitality and Frenzy. And then we'll see what to do after attacks. Yeah, it looks like we might just have them, but let's send in and see how they block and then do the math. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and Frenzy gives the trample and first strike. So we go. Oh, so does this too, though. So 5 extra points of damage, trampling over. 1, 2, 3. Is it enough, or is it? We just do it on the other ones. 1, 2. Oh yeah, it's. I don't think it's lethal though. Am I missing it? Yeah, okay, just making sure, see, that's where I think we go Vitality on the flame to win combat, trample, and then we just follow with a Alchemist or Crasher. You like X4 on the block guy? I like being able to follow with a play and hold this for a lethal. I'm gonna do this. Vitality is trade, not win. What do you mean? +3, +1? My math says different. How? What am I missing? It's a trade? Okay. Making sure I wasn't wrong about that, because I want to do that. Well, sometimes I go with my gut and have an embarrassing face plant. So I decided to do a gut check, shall we say. Crasher with the Frenzy seems better to me than the Alchemist, given this board. Nothing here can block. So I think we add another attacking threat with the Lunar Frenzy, and they're in deep trouble. Like, if we didn't have a spell, I wouldn't want the Crasher, but they have no current blocks, and we have got a Lunar Frenzy, so yeah, that's all. Yeah, they're not even doing it. Wowie.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Well, I think the Magic Gods are rewarding us for a good draft and a good attitude. I went in just wanting the deck to work once. Instead, it's worked 6 times. Right on. Yeah, I still think it's funny, like, coming up Millhouse has kind of taken on a magic meaning like punt, where it's not quite like the real Millhouse is like the real definition of coming up Millhouse should be that a very minor thing goes your way in the context of an utter disaster. Like if we were really doing coming up Millhouse right, that would be the context we run it. Instead, it's kind of just like something good is happening to us, but I like the excuse to run it. But I was just thinking about that. Like the real Millhouse is finding a ray of sunshine in utter chaos. Mana has been largely very good to us today, and I'm not going to complain about this. So good! Just survive, little Crasher. Just survive, and you won't be little for long. And give me a 1 toughness there. No? Alright. This could be a face situation. Do we just go to face here? Not with instants that could kill stuff. We might just slash whatever they play, so I'm gonna wait. Yes, exactly. Silver lining. A silver lining. A small win in an otherwise big loss is kind of what Millhouse is. Okay, see now now they didn't do anything, so now I am kind of inclined to go to the face. Although we missed out on damage, I don't know. So weird. In constructed I would know what to do, but this is kind of like a constructed deck. It's got so much damage here. Anybody bolting the face here? Or even firing the face? Fire the face could be... You know what? I'm gonna be patient. I think this is fine. Now I'm gonna Revelation a Rush away. Although it's an additional cost to cast, so if they counter it, that's a blowout. Maybe I'll go for Sacred Fire here. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it is because we missed the Crasher pump. And I really would do, if you showed me that they didn't have a counter, I would just Revelation. But I am not getting a Revelation snapped off with a counter. That would just be awful. Ha, funny, they rev instead. All right. Okay. I'm going to do the Revelation this time and pitch a Rush. I could have pitched a land, but I actually want to get up to 6 given the 2 fires. So pitching land, I actually want land. I actively want to get to 6. And Rush is all well and good, but not without targets from Oppo. Although here we go again. I said I wasn't going to do it last time because of the threat of counter magic. They've got an angler. They've got, I mean, they're operating at instant speed here. We could rush our own Crasher. If they had a 2 damage spell, it would allow them to finish off the Crasher, which would suck. But if not, we do draw a card. Oh, and we take a damage, though. I'm not going to do that. All right, I'm going to take the risk. I'm taking the risk. I don't love this, but I'm taking the risk. Counterspell here is painful. Okay, that I can handle. I just didn't want to get the Revelation countered. Silversmith is a little awkward in such a low creature deck, but usually we have one other one to get this going with. In this case... Four. Yeah, we got 4 of these. So... Silversmith for very low value. A 3/4 for 4 if we want it. I could pitch the land to the Revelation just because we're close enough to 6 that we'll probably find another land and get close. Sorry, I'm letting time drain here, but yeah, that's true. We want to start going to face. Let's play land and start going to face if they're not going to do anything about it. I'm going to hold. And now with that, and the infusion, like maybe we do just start going to face here. All right, sure. Let's do it. Let's try it this way. If you're not going to play creatures for me to kill, we'll kill your face. Play a 1 toughness. Yes! Now we get Rush, Sacred Fire next turn. We're going to find a land, too, so we can then fire these all back. I like Crasher Rush here. Might as well try to actually get some attack damage in with all this stuff, but I'm going to rush while shields are mostly down. Now they see the 6 mana on the wall. Yeah, you can kill our Crasher, and you've got to, but it's not going to be enough. Actually, it might be. Right now, we only have them down to 2. Oh no, wait, we have them dead. We have Xaxes. Sorry, if they don't gain life. Ooh, Alchemist, Silversmith. Ahead of going off seems correct. Ooh, still have the burn. We still have Xaxes. And could play the Stinger. I kind of like Sacred Fire, Revelation away the Stinger. And that they have shields down. I'm going to do that now. I want to see what I get first. We might get something else to consider. Hey, flip the switch. They finally have the counter for that, but they are not doing it on the rest of our burn. And yeah, we do attack, though. They're just going to chump with the Drifter, I expect. And I'm going to get them while shields are down here. If they get another counter, this might not work, but now we're showing them lethal. Whoa. That's big. We still have the time, though. 8-8 chump. We get 4 more life before this is over. And again, I mean, they have they could still counter this with 2 mana, but... Ooh, they even have pausing. We'll see. Ah, yeah, 1 flip the switch. 1 flip the switch could do it. Yeah, I know. It's got... I'm not overvaluing the trample. I was just doing the math on surviving until we burn them out. Yeah, we need the last one now. Oh man, we actually got beat. We got the nut spells deck. We just didn't draw it quite right there. All right, Oppo. And I went for it, and I'm not sure it was right. Like, we went for the face damage plan. Oh, well. Finally took a loss. Still have a foul to give, looking for a win. And a trophy. No, we were donezo. I'm gonna move on. Maybe I scooped early, but that's right. I'm gonna get back in, and it's just gonna work out, and we're gonna take our trophy. Trophy incoming. Now that I've piloted this deck a bit, it feels constructed-like in this world. Easy keep. Oh, is that you? Yeah. That was my first loss. First loss, Dynasty. 6-0 until could not quite... You had 1 counter enough. We had Xaxes to your face, but you got one of them. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, too beautiful. Channeler, I'm willing to trade for the Sanctifier. Although, no need. We can let him have another hit with the Commando. I always wanted to max my mana here and, like, rush the Commando just to, like, max the mana. But there's no need to be that hung up on maxing the mana when I can kill this, flip this, gain some life, get an attack in. Yeah, this deck is great. You're the only, like, barring some rough luck, you're the only person who's even really threatened us, it feels like. I don't know, I have a short-term memory, so maybe there was some challenger who really gave us a tough run, but mostly I'm saying the deck has been humming along. Brigand's fine here. It stonewalls the Commando anyway, and we can rush it later. Oh yeah, I gotta remember the other ability on this. So far it hasn't happened. We have literally not gotten a flame counter on the embodiment of flame yet. All right. I guess that's still our rush target. Trap and candles. We're just gonna rush and fire and get both of them. How about that? That'll be fine. Is any of them... Nah, okay, this doesn't get rid of anything permanently. We'll do this. You want to destroy one of these enchantments here? Be fine. What's this? Why can't I look at this UI? Oh my god. Okay, I'll look at it from here. Thank you. Morning Patrol. Like, come on. Hard to find the spot in the UI. Yeah, right? I keep looking at it to see if it exiles. It doesn't. It's too good, though. It would be too good if it did that. We can pass, though, here and Sacred Fire this thing on their turn. Stinger's nice. Actually, we're going to take the turn off of the burn and just Stinger Silversmith. I'm just kind of trying to play the attrition game true. Figuring we're going to have to kill everything eventually, but maybe not. I mean, this only is a high flyer, right? So at least our ground creatures aren't blocked by this, for example. Yes, although I kind of like they're not going to do anything to kill this just because it can generate value, and I kind of like generating that value once we're out of other stuff to do, honestly. Like, we just don't need to do... We have plenty of great action right now. At least they didn't mill value in the blue-white deck. Usually this spits a Disturb card in the graveyard. This has been very fun. I think the blue-green one we had a romp with was nice too. That was a lot of fun to have success with blue-green. So yeah, I just don't see the need to work the flame angle while we have other things to do. Alchemist Slash is nice. Just taking out the Hoarder is also nice. Although it can't trade with anything anyway. I mean, we can really just send this in and they don't have blocks for either. If they try to double block, I mean, it's just such a blowout. Yeah, we could flip it and play the slash for 1, but what does that get us? We can already play it for 3 in that world. I think we should just get the Alchemist down. And we still have the slash up. I don't feel like I want to slash that when it's not doing anything to stop us yet. Like, this is a more slashable thing. Although we can also just go for face here again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, you know, like, they're basically dead. Just to the burn. That's what we thought last time. Then we got it countered, though, right? So I'm going to say my turn, though. I'm not going to use the slash on our turn here. Yeah, see, this just makes me want to play a safer game here. But we can even do this again and still have the slash available. So I guess I'll send in now at least with an attack, and then they still don't have good blocks. If they triple block, they have a decent block on the Silversmith, but even then it's not great. Wow, okay, so now it feels hard to lose since they're giving us this. I almost even want to spend 3 on the pump and then 3 more on the slash. Right, so we go, well, let's do the math. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we pump. 8, cast this, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So we'll pump. think we can just go for it. I don't think there's a counter that's going to get us. Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything, Fenor, so I just went for it. Mending? Yeah, that would be fine though, right? It delays it, but we're just still going to crush. Well, I don't know if our one loss is still in chat, but you kept us off a perfect with your awesome deck. We took one loss against another spells deck that was looking equally awesome, but surely this has got to be one of our funner decks of the format, given the awful reputation Red has, the basic non-existence of red-white decks. I mean, I don't know. I've played against maybe one. I think this is the first one I've played. And it all came together. And it kind of started, I mean, we saw it coming from Pack 1, Pick 1, which we never cast, by the way. Do we even ever, I don't think we ever held a Light Up the Night. But Light Up the Night, a card in 8 games that we never even saw in our hand once, got us on this path. But there was a Light Up the Night in the pack and a Sacred Fire in the pack. And it's like, well, we'll take the Light Up the Night. Maybe we wheel this Sacred Fire and have an interesting lane open. And we ended up with 2 Sacred Fires before coming around to the wheel. Like, we picked up 2 other ones in pack 1. The third one did wheel. We found a 4th one later. And then we had this crazy, awesome, I mean, to get 4 copies of an uncommon, 3 copies of a different uncommon, and then, this having 8 synergistic uncommons here, 9 if you count the Frenzy as being part of that whole deal, was quite nice, and the deck really hummed. Face it, red-white spells is real. All right, with that, thank you for watching, YouTube friends. Nice way to keep this week going. We're just like trophying all over the place. Claim the prize. Let's take a look. If there's packs to open, we will, before I say full goodbye. Nope, not quite yet. Here, I'll give you the Singleton Kaldheim. We'll get some gems, hopefully. Oh no, got a Mythic instead. All right, that's cool anyway. All right, YouTube friends, thanks. See you in the next draft.